As the self-proclaimed son of Ra continued to show his contempt for the God of Israel, Moses refused to waver in his mission. Moses warned the Pharaoh of the consequences that would fall on his kingdom if he should refuse to let the people of Israel go. It was now time for the one true God to roll up his sleeves and show the pretender God, Amenhotep II, what true divine power really was. The Lord now instructs Pharaoh that his failure to let Israel go will result in a sign that bears not only the evidence of the Lord's power, but also the physical effects of the Lord's judgment on Egypt. The first plague causes all the water in Egypt, from the Nile to the very water stored in drinking vessels, to turn to blood. Pharaoh's refusal to relent results in the second plague. This time, frogs will come out of the Nile to cover the land. Although he recognizes the power behind the plague of frogs, Pharaoh remains stubborn when there's relief from its effects. The third plague, a plague of gnats, rattled the Egyptian priesthood to the core. Because of their own ritual laws, the gnat infestation meant the Egyptians would be unable to practice their own religion. To the Egyptians, this was indicative of real trouble on the horizon. The fourth plague, an infestation of flies, is the first to focus on the distinction between the effects on Egypt and Israel. Here, Pharaoh begins to plead with Moses more often in order to gain relief. The fifth plague again makes a distinction between Israel and Egypt, and the first plague to bring about death in Egypt as its specific effect, as all the Egyptian livestock are killed. With the plague of boils, the narrative again focuses on the Egyptian sorcerers who again are unable to practice their ritual magic. The seventh plague is highlighted by both the length and content of its description. The plague of hail is particularly significant because it's the first and only time the Lord explicitly explains to Pharaoh the power and purposes of the plagues. The locusts of the eighth plague finish off what the hail of the seventh plague has left behind. God indicates again to Moses that the plagues are not solely for Egypt, but primarily for what they reveal to the people of Israel. The ninth plague, the darkness to be felt, immobilizes Egypt for 3 full days and is a foreboding warning of the death that waits in the climax of horror, the 10th and final plague.